The year is 2025. Our dependence on the digital world is absolute. For millions, that world went dark. The PlayStation Network, Sony's gaming juggernaut, went offline. No warning, no explanation, just silence. Gamers, accustomed to instant connectivity, found themselves adrift. Dreams of conquering digital battlefields were dashed. The glow of millions of screens went dark, replaced by the cold blue error message. Panic set in. Was this a glitch, a minor hiccup, or something far more sinister? The outage spread like wildfire across social media. Frantic gamers took to Twitter, Reddit, and Discord, desperate for answers. The digital world held its breath, waiting for an explanation. The silence from Sony was deafening. Hours crawled by. The digital void deepened. Finally, a flicker of recognition from Sony. A terse statement appeared on the official PlayStation blog, acknowledging the outage. It confirmed the worst fears of millions. PSN was down, impacting all services. Details were scarce. The statement was short on specifics, long on apologies. It spoke of technical difficulties, of ongoing investigations. No timeline for resolution. No reassurance for a community on edge. Some services flickered back online, only to vanish again. The PlayStation Store remained a digital ghost town. Online gaming, the heartbeat of the PlayStation experience, remained a distant dream. Frustration mounted. The gaming world demanded answers. This wasn't the first time PSN had faltered. Memories of past outages, some lasting days, others stretching into weeks, haunted longtime PlayStation users. The ghosts of 2011, when a massive data breach crippled the network for 23 days, loomed large. Back then, hackers exposed personal information of millions, shaking trust in Sony to its core. It was a stark reminder of the fragility of the digital world, the vulnerability of our data. This time, the fear was different, the uncertainty more profound. Was this another attack, a malicious act by digital saboteurs, or was it something more mundane, a technical failure in the labyrinthine world of servers and code? The lack of information only fueled speculation. Experts weighed in, dissecting every possible scenario. Could it be a distributed denial of service, DDoS attack, overwhelming Sony's servers with a tidal wave of malicious traffic, or perhaps a critical hardware failure, a domino effect cascading through the network? The possibilities were endless, each more unsettling than the last. The interconnectedness of the modern world, once a source of wonder, now felt like a liability. A single point of failure, exploited or accidental, could bring the digital world to its knees. As hours turned into a day, the silence from Sony became deafening. The lack of concrete information fueled rumors, each more outlandish than the last. The gaming community, starved for answers, was left to speculate in the digital darkness. Section 5. Laughter in the face of downtime: how gamers cope. Yet, amidst the frustration and anger, a familiar coping mechanism emerged: humor. Memes flooded social media, poking fun at the outage, at Sony's silence, at the collective despair of gamers worldwide. Dark humor, a defense mechanism honed through countless frustrating gaming experiences, provided a much-needed release. It was a way to process the anger, the disappointment, the sheer absurdity of it all. This collective laughter, shared across the digital divide, was a testament to the resilience of the gaming community. It was a reminder that even in the face of adversity, even when our digital lifelines are severed, we find ways to connect, to cope, to find humor in the darkness. Section 6. Awaiting the light, what can players do? But humor could only provide temporary respite. The question remained, what could players actually do during the outage? The answer, unfortunately, was not much. Patience became the most valuable currency. Gamers were advised to check for updates, to avoid repeated login attempts that could further strain the network. Some found solace in offline games, a reminder of a simpler time when gaming didn't rely on a constant internet connection. Others used the downtime to catch up on gaming news, to connect with friends on other platforms, to explore the world outside the digital realm. The outage, though frustrating, served as an unexpected reminder that there was life beyond the screen. Section 7. Sony's uphill battle rebuilding trust. The outage, regardless of its cause or duration, had already taken its toll. Sony's reputation, already tarnished by past incidents, would undoubtedly suffer. The trust, so crucial in the digital age, had been shaken. This latest incident highlighted the vulnerability of online gaming, the reliance on infrastructure that, despite its sophistication, could still crumble. It raised questions about Sony's preparedness, its ability to safeguard its network and its users. The road to recovery would be long and arduous. Sony would need to be transparent in its communication, providing regular updates and a detailed post-mortem once the crisis was resolved. Section 8. The future of gaming. Will this be a turning point? The gaming industry has always been at the forefront of technological innovation, constantly evolving and adapting to new trends and challenges. But recent events have raised questions about the direction in which this industry is heading. The outage also sparked broader conversations about the future of gaming. Gamers and industry experts alike have been debating the implications of this disruption. Could it be a sign that the current infrastructure is not as robust as we once thought, or is it simply a bump in the road on the path to a more connected and immersive gaming experience? Was our reliance on online connectivity, on centralized servers, making the gaming world inherently fragile? The centralized nature of these servers means that a single point of failure can have widespread consequences, affecting millions of gamers around the world. This has led to a growing concern about the sustainability and reliability of our current gaming infrastructure. Would this incident push gamers towards alternative platforms, towards more decentralized models of gaming? Decentralized gaming platforms, which distribute data across multiple nodes, could offer a more resilient solution. These platforms are less vulnerable to single points of failure and could provide a more stable gaming experience. The rise of cloud gaming, once hailed as the future of the industry, suddenly seemed less certain. Cloud gaming relies heavily on a stable internet connection and centralized servers, both of which were called into question by the recent outage. This has led to a re-evaluation of the viability of cloud gaming as the dominant model for the future. Gamers, reminded of the fragility of the network, might be more hesitant to embrace a future where their gaming experiences were entirely dependent on a stable internet connection. The frustration of connectivity issues and the potential for widespread outages could drive gamers to seek out more reliable alternatives. This outage, though disruptive, could be a catalyst for change, prompting the industry to explore new technologies and approaches. It could lead to a greater emphasis on building more resilient and decentralized systems that are less prone to failure, forcing the industry to re-evaluate its reliance on centralized systems and explore more robust, resilient models for the future of gaming. Blockchain technology, for example, offers a decentralized approach that could revolutionize the way games are developed, distributed, and played. By leveraging the power of decentralized networks, the gaming industry could create a more secure and stable environment for gamers worldwide. Section 9. The clock is ticking. When will PSN be back? The PlayStation Network, a lifeline for millions of gamers worldwide, has been down for an unprecedented amount of time. Gamers are left in the dark, wondering when they will be able to reconnect with their friends and dive back into their favorite virtual worlds. As the outage stretched into its second day, speculation about its resolution reached fever pitch. Social media platforms were flooded with posts from frustrated users, and news websites were constantly updating their coverage of the situation. The uncertainty was palpable, with everyone from casual gamers to professional streamers feeling the impact. Would it be a matter of hours, days? The lack of clear communication from Sony only fueled the fire of speculation. People began to debate the possible causes and solutions, with theories ranging from technical glitches to cyber attacks. The clock kept ticking, and the days seemed to stretch longer with each passing hour. The silence from Sony did little to quell the growing anxiety. The usually bustling offices were eerily quiet, and the absence of any official updates left a void that was quickly filled with rumors and conjecture. Frustration grew as users felt increasingly disconnected and powerless. Experts, analyzing past incidents and current trends, offered cautious predictions. Some pointed to previous outages and the time it took to resolve them, while others looked at the current state of cybersecurity and the potential for more sinister causes. The consensus was that while the situation was serious, it was not without hope. Some believed the outage could be resolved within 24 to 48 hours, attributing it to a complex technical issue rather than a malicious attack. They pointed to the dedicated teams of IT professionals working around the clock to diagnose and fix the problem. The sight of these experts tirelessly working provided a glimmer of hope to the anxious community. Others were less optimistic, pointing to the lack of information and the global scale of the outage as potential indicators of a more serious problem. They warned that the longer the silence continued, the more likely it was that the issue was deeply rooted and complex. The global map showing affected areas only added to the sense of unease. The waiting game continued, with millions hoping for a swift resolution while bracing for the possibility of a prolonged blackout. Families gathered around their TVs waiting for any news, while individuals checked their phones repeatedly, hoping for a notification that the network was back online. The world of gaming was on pause, and all anyone could do was wait and hope. Section 10. The long road ahead, lasting impact, and lessons learned. The PSN outage of 2025 will be etched in the annals of gaming history. It wasn't just a minor hiccup. It was a seismic event that shook the very foundations of the gaming community. Gamers around the world were left in the dark, unable to connect with friends, compete in tournaments, or even access their digital libraries. The frustration and confusion were palpable, as millions of users found themselves disconnected from a world they had come to rely on for entertainment, social interaction, and even a sense of identity. It will serve as a stark reminder of our dependence on the digital world, the fragility of even the most robust online infrastructures. The outage exposed vulnerabilities that many had taken for granted, highlighting the need for more resilient systems. It wasn't just about the games, it was about the underlying technology that supports a vast array of online activities. The failure of such a critical infrastructure sent shockwaves through the tech industry, prompting urgent discussions about how to prevent such a catastrophe in the future. The impact on Sony, both in terms of reputation and revenue, will be significant. The company faced a barrage of criticism from both the media and its user base. Stock prices plummeted, and trust in the brand was severely eroded. For a company that had built its reputation on cutting-edge technology and reliable service, this was a devastating blow. The financial losses were staggering, but the damage to Sony's credibility was even more profound. Rebuilding that trust would require a monumental effort, involving not just technical fixes but also a complete overhaul of their approach to customer relations. The road to rebuilding trust will be long and arduous, requiring transparency, accountability, and a renewed commitment to safeguarding its network. Sony would need to engage in open dialogue with its users, providing regular updates on the steps being taken to enhance security and prevent future outages. This would involve not just technical upgrades but also a cultural shift within the company, emphasizing the importance of user trust and satisfaction. It would be a challenging journey, but one that was essential for the company's long-term survival. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of this outage will be the lessons learned. It served as a wake-up call for the entire industry, highlighting the need for more robust security measures and better contingency planning. Companies across the tech sector began to reevaluate their own systems, looking for potential vulnerabilities and areas for improvement. The outage also underscored the importance of clear and timely communication with users, as misinformation and confusion only served to exacerbate the situation. It will force the gaming industry, and indeed the wider tech world, to reevaluate its approach to security, redundancy, and the importance of clear, timely communication. The lessons learned from this event would shape the future of digital infrastructure, driving innovation and improvements in ways that might not have been considered otherwise. Companies would need to invest in more advanced security technologies, develop more comprehensive backup systems, and ensure that they had robust plans in place to deal with any potential disruptions. It will underscore the need for robust contingency plans, for decentralized models, and for a more resilient digital future. The outage was a stark reminder that no system is infallible, and that even the most advanced technologies can fail. By learning from this experience, the tech industry can build a more resilient and secure digital landscape, ensuring that users can continue to enjoy the benefits of technology without the fear of unexpected disruptions. The road ahead may be challenging, but the lessons learned from this event will pave the way for a stronger, more reliable digital future.